So, hello friends, I'm Mohammad Kazim Sheikh, and I'm here with the second chapter uh, from Flamingo, class 12th, The Lost Spring. Um, this chapter, that is The Lost Spring, is penned by Anis Jung, a very renowned writer, a columnist par excellence, and he has written a lot on small children. He has written a book on children suffering from poverty. A very prolific writer. Uh, he got first. Let us discuss about the writer. She got her education in Hyderabad and United States. And the following chapter, today we'll discuss only the first part. The following chapter is an excerpt. Excerpt means part लिया हुआ excerpt taken from her book titled Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. This is the name of the book, and this chapter, that is the Lost Spring, actually two parts are there. It is taken from this particular book. Okay, first we'll discuss about the theme of the chapter. What is the theme? The mind-numbing and grinding poverty. Mind-numbing means दिमाग को सुन कर देने वाली इतनी खतरनाक poverty. The mind-numbing and grinding means crushing poverty condemns poor children to a life of exploitation, deprivation, what we say, deprivation, misery, and sorrow. So this is the theme. To highlight the small children below 14 years of age who are condemned to poverty, isn't it? And they have no option left but to work as laborers, child laborers. Okay. So this is the theme. Now, aptness of title. Why this particular title is very apt? What is the if you talk about appropriateness? The Lost Spring is a metaphor used for loss of childhood of millions of child laborers in India. These children are devoid of spring in their life due to poverty. Okay, so this chapter actually throws light upon the loss of childhood of this children. When you talk about spring season, the spring season is characterized by what? Flowers blossoming and the trees turning green. But unfortunately, these children become mature and start working at a very young age, and that's why their childhood get trampled upon by the harsh realities of life. That means they grow up, they become adults, or they cross that particular age of adolescence without going through the simple gradual process of childhood. That childhood is lost. Why? Because right from the early time, right from the beginning, they start working because of the harsh realities of life. So in their life they are devoid of spring season, isn't it? हमारे सबके लाइफ में अगर आप बात करें तो बचपना बहुत अच्छा गुजरता है, isn't it? And we really enjoy our childhood, and when we grow up we cherish those memories of childhood. But these children, alas, they have no childhood. So this title is very apt. Okay. Now, first part of the story, what it is all about? First part of the story, it is all about rag pickers of Simapuri, which is situated in the neighborhood of Delhi. ये सीमापुरी कहाँ पर है? In the neighborhood of Delhi. बिल्कुल दिल्ली के neighborhood में लगी हुई है. Okay, and who are they? They are the illegal migrants of Bangladesh, also called squatters. ये पूरी story किस पे based है? First part, Bangladeshi migrants who are also called squatters because they are illegal refugees staying in India. Okay, why they left? Question is why they left Bangladesh and why they are staying in India, why they settled in India. Two reasons are there. First and the foremost, out of poverty, frequent storms destroyed their fields and homes. First reason, isn't it? Because of poverty they have to leave their childhood, so their homes were destroyed. And second, due to political reasons. Due to political reasons. I got it. You know very well, Bangladesh, it was formed. Bangladesh, it was formed, and because of in the year 1971, lot of problems were there in India before the creation of Bangladesh. What happened? Lakhs of illegal migrants, they crossed the border and they settled in India, and because of that, we'll not go in detail, but a war was there between India and Pakistan, and because of that, what happened? Lakhs of Bangladeshis were persecuted, isn't they? Were ill-treated, and hostility it was shown toward them. So naturally, what happened? They left their homes and settled in India. Okay, so that's why they left India and they started staying at Simapuri. Now, main hero of the first part. Now, who is the main hero of this particular first part? If you talk about the first part, who is the main hero of the first part? The main hero of the first part is Sahib-e-Alam, a boy just named Sahib-e-Alam, who is just 10 or 11 years old. Now, how the story unfolds. Every morning, the narrator sees number of rag pickers scrounging something in the garbage dump. Okay, daily you'll find scores of rag pickers. Scores matlab 20 rag pickers you'll find scrounging. Scrounging means searching something in the garbage dumps. Okay, in Simapuri. Okay, narrator was naturally he was pained to see this rag picker, and narrator developed a sort of friendship with Sahib-e-Alam. उससे कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहती थी. मेन पॉइंट ऑफ देयर कन्वर्सेशन, कुछ इसने सवाल किया उससे साहिब-ए-आलम को रोक कर. व्हाट नरेटर इंक्वायर्ड व्हाई हिज रैक पिकिंग. ही सेड, क्यों रैक पिकिंग करता है वो? ही सेड, आई हैव नथिंग एल्स टू डू, दिस इज I have no option left, that's why I have to do this rag picking. Second, narrator asks why he is not going to school. He says that there is no school in his locality. Okay, गॉट इट. उसने कहा कि मैं जहाँ पर मैं रहता हूँ वहाँ पे कोई स्कूल नहीं है, दैट इज़ द रीज़न व्हाई आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू स्कूल. नाउ जनरली जब व्हेन वी इंटरेक्ट विद पीपल, मैनी टाइम्स व्हाट हैपन, इन अ वेरी कैजुअल मैनर वी गिव आंसर्स और वी आस्क समथिंग. बच्चों से हम इन अ वेरी कैजुअल मैनर दिस लेडी ओके आस्क्ड, इम्प्रॉम्प्टू मैनर में उससे पूछती है कि सपोज इफ आई विल मेक अ स्कूल फॉर यू, इफ आई विल बिल्ड अ स्कूल फॉर यू, विल यू कम? So he said, yes, of course I will come. Got it? After a few days, कुछ दिनों बाद, what happened? A few days later, Sahib asked the narrator whether she opened the school or not. The narrator was speechless. उसने तो ऐसे ही बोल दिया था कि मैं स्कूल खोलूँगी, आओगे? तो उन्होंने कहा था. But this innocent boy, he was in a way, he was also eager to go to school. He want to learn something. He want to study. But unfortunately, what happened? This type of promises, they are called as empty promises. उसने ऐसे ही बोल दिया था, isn't it? So that's why the narrator commented, promises like mine, जो मैंने promise किया कि भाई मैं स्कूल खोलूँगी, आओगे? So promises like mine abound in every corner of their bleak world. Okay, इस तरह की promises you'll find in the whole of Sima, not only Simapuri, wherever the poor people they reside, isn't it? The promises given by, empty promises given by the politicians, by the administrators, well-wishers, social servants or social activists, all. But these promises never materialize. Okay, why the name Sahib-e-Alam is ironic? अभी एक यहाँ पे literary device use हुई है. Name of that particular boy is Sahib-e-Alam, and this name is ironical. Why? Because if you talk about Sahib-e-Alam, that means in Arabic, Sahib-e-Alam means what? The Lord of the universe, the one who is the master of this particular universe. Naturally, isn't it? If you are the master of the universe, everything belongs to you, isn't it? But unfortunately, this boy, whose name is Sahib-e-Alam, is deprived of everything. He is Sahib-e-Alam just for the sake of name. He has no food to eat. He is deprived of everything. His poverty stricken. Okay, he is completely in rags. कपड़े नहीं है उसके पास, isn't it? He has nothing to wear. No chappals, no sleepers, no boots, nothing. So he is deprived. He is living a life of deprivation. तो काहे का Sahib-e-Alam? So this name is very, very ironical. Okay, got it? So this children, that is Rag pickers, they are perfect example of horrible poverty, isn't it? They wander here and there. यहाँ से वहाँ तक भटकते रहते हैं ये लोग, isn't it? They wander here and there. They just wander here and there, barefooted, okay? Barefooted. Why they wander barefooted? Because they cannot afford it. But if you ask government officials, administrators, भैया इनके लिए कुछ करो, why they're wandering here and there barefooted? So what the government, they will give this excuse. Oh, this is not because they are poverty stricken. This is because it has become tradition for them. They love it. They love to remain barefoot. But this is a cover up only from the government side. Okay. So this is an excuse actually given by the government official, but in reality, the reality is different. Okay, so description of Simapuri. This particular place, Simapuri. Let us discuss about this particular place, that is Simapuri. Now, Simapuri, as I told you, Simapuri is a place on the periphery of Delhi. Periphery means what? Boundary of Delhi. Yet miles away from it. ये बहुत important statement. पड़ोस में ही है किसके? न्यू दिल्ली के. But miles away from it metaphorically. Reason, if you talk about Delhi, Delhi is a place which is the capital of India. It is a place full of pomp and show. It is a place where you find people in leading a luxurious life, designer clothes, designer what we say, houses, skyscrapers, people leading a superior quality of life, high standard of living, isn't it? All the civic amenities present to the full extent, but the neighborhood locality, that is Simapuri, is devoid of everything. No standard of living, horrible quality of life, okay, deprivation, hunger gleaming through the eyes of the people, isn't it? Deprived of everything. ये कहाँ हो रहा है? Just इंडिया की कैपिटल के बगल में, पड़ोस में. So that's why this is where this is something. It is said that Simapuri is miles away from Delhi. ठीक है? And got it? If you reach Simapuri, अगर आप सीमापुरी से दिल्ली जाएंगे, you feel as if you have reached to a totally different time and space. Okay? Huts. अब यहाँ पे अगर आप जाओगे कहाँ पे सीमापुरी में, आप तो पहली बार जा ही नहीं पाओगे, बिकॉज दिस पर्टिकुलर प्लेस इज फुल ऑफ स्क्वालर. This particular place is full of squalor, filth you will find over here. Huts made up of mud roof, tarpaulin, isn't it? Devoid of, there is sewage facility, running water is not there, municipality nulls, जिसको कहते हैं, municipality tapes are not there. Nearly 10,000 rag pickers stay here. बहुत बड़ा number है ये, 10,000 people का. And of course from government side there is no facility, there are no facilities given to them, no humanitarian help is there. Got it? Staying here without identity, without getting citizenship, but they have ration card. They stay here, but unfortunately because they are illegal migrants, naturally the citizenship is not granted to them, so they live here without identity. That means they are going through identity crisis. But maybe on humanitarian ground they are given the ration card, because of which they are able to stuff their bellies with the food. They are able to fill their bellies with food. Okay. Now, survival in Simapuri means what? Nothing but rag picking only. Only rag picking. Survival means rag picking, because you have no option left. No option left, because no government schemes are here, no poverty alleviation programs are here from government's side. Got it? Now, Rag picking, if you ask any child here, what is rag picking for them? So he would say, oh, a rag picking is a fine art for them. Fine art. How can rag picking be a fine art? How can rag picking be a फाइन आर्ट? दिस इज अ लिटरेरी डिवाइस. ओके, फाइन आर्ट हर चीज़ को बोला जा सकता है, दूसरी चीज़ों को बोला जा सकता है, isn't it? Flowering, sorry, gardening is a fine art, isn't it? If you are engaged in a particular hobby, that hobby can be called as fine art, but rag picking cannot be a fine art, isn't it? So for children it has become a fine art. So this is hyperbole. Hyperbole is exaggeration. ये एक literary device होती है. Naturally rag picking cannot be a fine art, isn't it? Naturally it is an exaggeration. Garbage to them is gold. ये एक और hyperbole है. तो दो यहाँ पे hyperbole use करें. Garbage for them is gold. It's like a gold mine for them. अब गोल्ड माइन ऐसा नहीं कि उसमें से गोल्ड निकल रहा. दैट मीन्स फॉर देम दे आर गेटिंग समथिंग प्रेशियस. मैनी टाइम्स दे आर गेटिंग, not always, but कुछ ना कुछ कभी कभी मिल जाता है. Sometimes they are getting 1 rupee coin, 10 rupee coin, maybe sometimes silver coin, and because of that the temptation is there, hope is there that they would get something precious further, isn't it? If they continue their search more, if they continue their search, what will happen? More such type of things they will get. So the temptation, because of that temptation, they would never stop. So full of wonder for children. This particular rag picking is full of wonders for children. They find a rupee, even 10 rupee note, or sometimes a silver coin in a heap of garbage. So for children, rag picking is wrapped in wonders. Okay, ये एक तरह से जैसे कि बच्चा होता है ना, if you try to give him a gift, that gift would be wrapped in gold for him, isn't it? क्या होता है कि जब कोई गिफ्ट होता है, when it is packaged, isn't it? It is packaged very nicely, in a sophisticated manner, decorated properly. So that sort of curiosity is there for the child. इसके अंदर क्या मिलेगा मुझे? So every morning when the children are going, isn't it? This for the rag picking, it's like gold mine for them, isn't it? That question is there, recurring question. आज नया हमें क्या मिलेगा? Okay, so that's why it's like a gold mine for them. It is wrapped in wonder. Okay, but naturally for the big people, for the adult, it means survival. और ज़्यादातर adults बच्चों को आगे करते हैं कि भाई आप जाके ये काम करो. Okay, so one day साहेब got a job in a tea store. एक बार उसकी थोड़ी लाइफ थोड़ी चेंज होने को आ गई. He got a job where in a tea stall, and he was paid 800 rupees in all meals. उनके दोनों टाइम वक्त का खाना उसको मिला और 800 रुपये मिलने लग गए, isn't it? But then narrator asked him, are you happy to get a job in a tea stall? So he said, no, I am not happy. बचपना है, 800 रुपये किसी एडल्ट को मिलता तो शायद बहुत खुश हो जाता. But maybe this is what we call, though the childhood is lost, but वो बचपना, the you can call it still the what we say traces, or still some a glimpse of childhood you can see, you can find shining through his eyes. And that's why he said what? That no, I'm not happy working in the tea stall. The reason why? Because he said he lost his freedom. He lost his freedom. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag. Very important. Now he's holding a steel canister, isn't it? Steel canister. Through this steel canister, he gives tea. He's vending tea. But this steel canister is metaphorically very, very heavy than the plastic bag which he used to carry when he used to do rag picking. Metaphorically. Why? Because when he used to do rag picking, why it was light? Because though he was not earning enough, but he was free. पूरी तरह से फ्री था, he was free. But now because he is earning, he is doing job under his master, he is lost. He is working under his master, so That's why the plastic, that's why he, in a way, he lost his freedom. Okay, he was not the he is not the master of his own. The bag used to belong to him. The bag was his own, but the steel canister belongs to his master. Okay, so he lost his freedom. Now he is no longer his master. So that is why, though he is getting 800 rupees, he is getting free meals, but he lost his carefree look. So he is not happy working here. So I hope you have understood this chapter. Literary devices which are used here. Garbage is gold. I told you already. It is a hyperbole. Okay, it's an exaggeration. जैसे कि मैंने कहा था, it's just an exaggeration, hyperbole. Garbage is gold, which is in hyperbole. Sahib Alam, isn't it? As I told, irony, his own life, isn't it? His own life is completely different from his name. His life is not complementing his name. Name means Sahib Alam, Lord of the Universe, but he is the one who is deprived of everything. He is dying, in a way, he is starving. Lost Spring, the title of the chapter, it's a metaphor for the lost childhood. And you should remember the difference between simile and metaphor. Metaphor, comparison of two things based on all attributes. Okay, based on all attributes. One thing is compared to another. Simile, comparison is there based on some attribute. Okay, so I hope you have understood this particular chapter. You are able to you are in a position to write the summary. You understood. Hopefully in 1 or 2 days I'll give the second part also.